And welcome to another edition of the Coaches Show, brought to you by Roper St. Francis Sports Medicine, keeping you and the Cougars in the game. And with that, we welcome you down to the court here inside TD Arena, alongside the head coach of the Cougars, Earl Grant. I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for tuning in again this week here on CFCSports.com. All right, Coach, let's get right to it. It'll be good to get back home. The guys have been on the road, 5 of the last 6 now, and good to get back home against William and Mary. A lot of home games coming up, which will be nice. For those who don't know, the guys have lost 5 straight, and these losses, Coach, I don't know how you keep getting the guys out. The guys are playing so hard; they're getting real close. Just haven't been able to get that win here recently. The last 5 games now have been decided by a grand total of 13 points. So the guys playing well. But how? And I know it's been a challenge for you. We travel together all the time. How have you been able to continue to motivate these guys through this little stretch here?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is just be honest with them. Talk to them about the things that we're doing well, talk to them about the things that we're not doing so well, and just trying to correct on our mistakes. I think it's very important that we continue to have energy and enthusiasm as we try to finish this year the right way. We are losing close, but a lot of the losses are because of our mistakes, and I think they're correctable. It's been a challenge. It's hard to keep getting up off the mat when you don't have a lot of success. But the guys have showed great character. I got a good group. I enjoy them. And we're going to keep pressing to see if we can have the best February that we can have. Maybe we can win some games when we get Anthony Stitt back, which he should be back tonight in some limited role, but it'd be good to have him back on the floor after 6 games absence.
I'm glad you said that. Let's just start right there with Anthony Stitt. He's been, I know, just begging you guys to get back in the lineup, so that's obviously great news. Obviously, it seems like he's pretty much back to 100%.
Yeah, he's been practicing really the last week and doing some good things. He's had a couple really good practices yesterday and the day before, and he's chomping at the bit. He wanted to play in the Delaware game, but obviously the trainer, Chris wouldn't allow us to play him. But he was chomping at the bit. He warmed up that game. He was sitting on the bench. He was dressed out. And hopefully he can come back tonight and give us a lift.
Well, I was telling him, it's better to be safe than sorry. Because, you need that senior leadership. You're going to need it down the stretch. Obviously, you're going to need it for the CAA tournament. Right. So I was even trying to tell him, I said, listen, we're going to need you for the stretch run. But, of course, when you're 21, 22 years old, all you want to do is just get out there and play. But will you be able to start him right away, or is that something where he's going to have to ease his way back in the lineup?
Yeah, I think, with him being gone for the last 6 games, really definitely got to ease him back in. Yeah. Doesn't make sense for him or for the team to just jump back out and try to play, start the game and play for 30 minutes. And so he'll back Joe up at the point guard position, which would be great for me, just having a guy to stick in at the point guard, and not have to play Joe 40 minutes. So it'll be a great feeling to look down and put him in the game when I'm taking Joe out. So I'm really excited about that.
Let's get to Joe Cheely. Guys coming off that loss against Delaware. 4 players in double figures. The offense really did a good job. I thought you guys shot the ball pretty well against Delaware. Joe Cheely, boy, we were asking a lot out of him, obviously. Having to play, like you said, almost 40 minutes a game. Done a really good job running the offense for you. Pat Brannon has had to come in and give him a little bit of help. But I think Joe's done the best he could, being really the primary ball handler while Stitt's been out.
Yeah, Joe's been phenomenal. Done a great job of running the team and taking care of the ball. But playing 40 minutes has really taken a toll on him. And just too many minutes. I think he wear down towards the end of the game because, I don't do a good enough job of subbing him out late. And a result of that, he just wear down in the last 2 or 3 minutes. But he's done a great job scoring the ball and getting assists for us. Really proud of the way he's been able to play. I think he got a very bright future, and I think he'll finish this season really well, especially with having Anthony Stitt to help him with some of the ball handling responsibilities.
Again, we had back-to-back road games last week at Towson, at Delaware. For those who didn't see it at Towson or hear about it, you guys, what a great comeback. Guys down 15 with, under 3 minutes, I think, to go. The guys came all the way back, cut it to within 1. So a tough loss in that one. Then Delaware, 4 guys in double figures, as we were just saying. I want to get to Ajay Baru. He almost had a double-double at Delaware, and the guys really seem to do a good job of getting him in the basketball. And it seems like Baru, actually, even in his senior year, is improving here over the last couple of weeks.
I told somebody yesterday, I wish I had him for another year because I've seen a tremendous change from the time I got here until now in terms of his development, his confidence, and he's been playing some of his best basketball here in the last week. We certainly try to get the ball into him every possession if we can. He does a good job of scoring and trying to be aggressive, but I think he got to continue to try to attack, especially late in the game, we'll get it inside, he throw it out, trying to be unselfish to get it to his teammates, which is a good thing. But, you know, when we need a bucket late, you know, we got to be able to depend on our anchor, which he is, around the basket. And so I think he's doing a great job. I mean, I think in the Townsend and the Delaware game, we did a lot of great things. I kept telling the guys in the last couple of days, 71 points, 68 points is enough points to win a game based on my experiences. But when you're giving up 74, the defense and the rebounding, that's not good enough. I got to do a better job of making sure they understand that that's how you win. You know, and so I think our defense has failed us. You know, we don't quite have the identity that we need to have around here, the identity of toughness and really getting after every possession on the defensive side of the ball, which we have it some and we lose it. And, you know, and I think when we focus more on trying to find more ways to score, we get away from our defensive side of things, and that's who we need to be. We need to be a team that defend and rebound. And like I said, 71 points, 68 points in those two games, that's enough points to win. Our defense has to be better. And we want the month of February to be about defense and rebounding.
So as we wrap up this first segment here, let's just stay on the defensive side. What do you do? And I remember you said that on the radio side after the Delaware loss, how disappointed you were on the defensive end. What have you guys done here over these last 3 or 4 days to try and improve defensively? I mean, what do you do with the guys at this time of the season?
Yeah, just go back to basic fundamental drills. You know, it take time to develop a identity.
It's kind of mindset defensively too, right?
It take time to develop an identity and a mindset. So we went back to doing a lot of the basics, more day one type stuff. You know, just simple positioning and closing out and ball pressure and boxing out, which we do in practice all the time, but we really were more intentional here recently to really get back to to the basics. Now, obviously, we got a team coming in here on tomorrow, Thursday night, William & Mary, they scored 100 points against Austria. So our defense is going to really be tested. They got a fantastic guard that can really score. They got a lot of shooters, so we're going to really be tested defensively in this game against William & Mary.
Back-to-back home games coming up here on Thursday and Saturday here inside TD Arena against William & Mary and Drexel. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about those. We'll also talk a little bit about the freshmen as we continue here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Roper St. Francis Sports Medicine.
These are the moments that move you. Roper St. Francis Orthopedics is South Carolina's leader when it comes to letting you stay in play. Our top-rated program has over 30 specialists across the Lowcountry who are ready to treat all of your moving parts. Call 727-DOCS to keep on moving.
Back inside TD Arena here on CFCSports.com alongside the head coach Earl Grant. I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for watching again this week. Coach has wrapped things up here with our last segment. William & Mary and Drexel coming up. But first, I want to get your thoughts on Cam Johnson, who had a terrific game for you, 16 points at Delaware. His development really coming along. I think he was 5 of 7 from the field. He's really been playing well. You know,
Cameron Johnson's a phenomenal player. He's the type of guy you can win big with him because of his mindset. He's a defensive guy, he's a tough guy, and he can score. And so I'm really proud of what he's been able to do. I'm even more excited about having the opportunity to help him go from where he is now to that next step, that next stage, which comes with skill development. But he's been phenomenal in his first year here.
Evan Bailey, want to get your thoughts on him real quick. He's kind of a sneaky guy who a lot of people, maybe he's lower on the scouting report, but when you spot him up, he had a couple big shots for you on the road trip. It's been good to see him kind of get his stroke back.
He's another really good freshman. I mean, I really like Evan. Tough kid, knows how to play. He's done a lot. I asked him to do a lot here in his freshman year. He's played the 4, he's played the 3, he's played the 2, and he knows all of the positions from a scheme standpoint, which is pretty tough for any player, but particularly a freshman. So his IQ for the game is really good. He can shoot it. And he just keep growing on me. I mean, I just really like him. I mean, I think he's a good player. They can shoot the ball, pass the ball, and he try to do what you ask him to do. He try to really box out. He try to be in good position. And I think he's going to continue to grow and develop as a young player as well.
Real quick, Donovan Gilmore, I mean, he's a guy, Coach, who has, I mean, we all see it, all the fans who are out here. He has tremendous athletic ability. You took him out of the starting lineup because he had been struggling. It seemed like he responded. He had good energy against Delaware, but how do you think he's responded to coming out of the starting lineup?
Well, you know, I mean, he's a freshman, and really, to be honest with you, most freshman big guys don't have to start and don't have to play 25, 28 minutes a game. Not on really good teams. That's not what happens. So he had to do a lot for us early, and I think the season has worn on him a little bit. So we try to take him out of the starting lineup to take pressure off of him. Maybe he can come off the bench as a spark, you know, energy spark guy. And he did that against Delaware. So he's really, really good. He's another one that I'm excited about seeing his development, because everything he does right now is based off of athleticism. And when he really learns the game and continue to develop his skills, he's going to be a really, really good player.
All right, let's wrap things up. Again, two big games coming up this week. Thursday against William & Mary, Saturday against Drexel. We faced everybody once now, Coach, so now you're seeing all these teams for the second time. I'm sure the guys, after that disappointing loss back in January, it is what it is. The guys just came out, and William & Mary ended up winning it big. The guys, for some reason, just didn't have the energy that day, and I know they're looking forward to coming back out and see if they can turn the table on these guys.
I mean, we certainly ran into a buzzsaw that day, and that was my first game in the CAA. Like I said, they got a very high-power offense. Our defense is going to be tested. You know, we've done a lot of preparation for them. We've got our hands full in terms of defending all those three-point shooters and the way they spread out the ball, spread out the court and move the ball. We got to really be in good position and talk and communicate. And so we'll be challenged. We're excited about it. I'm really excited about it because that was the first CAA game, so it'd be nice to play them again. And then Drexel, a tough team. Obviously not as a high-power offensive team like William & Mary, but very tough-minded defensively and rebounding. Be another challenge as well. We play them on Saturday.
Yeah, Damian Lee, a big-time scorer for Drexel. All right, real quick, as we wrap things up here, just about 30 seconds left. Give us your big key. Obviously, I guess defense is going to be the main emphasis here on Thursday and Saturday.
You know, for me, the rest of the season, defense, rebounding, energy and enthusiasm, and group spirit. You know, I need to see more jumping and bumping chests. I need to see more guys clapping and pumping their fists and diving around. I want to see that. That's what good teams do. And so that's my goal. That's my challenge for the guys. And I'm going to continue to do that all through the month of February, just try to get them to understand what winning teams do and see if we can build some identity as we come into down the stretch going into the CAA tournament.
Thanks for your time, as always. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
That's Earl Grant, head coach for the Cougars. I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for watching this week here on CFCSports.com. As always, our thanks to Kyle and Rob behind the scenes for putting it together. We'll talk to you again next week right here on CFCSports.com.